Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the vlog. Author motivational speaker, Mr. EK, right back at you with another one. And I'm gonna jump right up into this one. And this one is called Drugs and Mental Illness. And I'm gonna talk about drugs first. Shit, it's a lot of shit going on right now, man. A lot of people dying. A lot of people taking bad shit. A lot of people overdosing, whatever you want to call it. Y'all gotta be careful out there, man. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing all these results from people taking different shit. You know what I mean? So, man, leave some of that shit alone, man. And then you can see that it ain't even doing you no good. You know what I'm saying? You can look at each other and you can see that you end up deteriorating over time. You know what I mean? And it don't even take long. Like, a lot of y'all young people look older than me, and I'm old, man, and that just don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all out here fucking with these pills and shit like that because it's easier to get your hands on. Man, let that shit alone, man. It's just not really the thing to do. I'm telling you, it's not, homie. And it just causes so many problems for you, homie. So many problems. And it takes your spirit, it kills the light, it does so many negative things, homie. When people say don't do this, homie, it's never one reason, homie. It's always a million reasons. When people say don't do something, it's a million reasons, homie. You know what I mean? We can always say, oh, it's gonna have you look bad. It can fuck up your mind, it can do this, but it's 100 different reasons, homie. And like I said in one of my other vlogs, man, what you do doesn't just affect you, it affects everybody, man. It affects your parents, your family. It doesn't just affect you, homie, when you make these choices to do drugs or do anything negative. So, man, my young people out there, be careful, homie. And it's all this old bad shit going around. Like I said, you know, this new shit. Well, I don't know how new it is, but it's new with these young people taking it. This fentanyl, y'all got kind of like an uphill battle, homie. Because, you know, when I came up, homie, when I came up, as far as music and shit like that, everybody in music wasn't talking about doing drugs. Probably hardly any of them was, homie. It's totally different for y'all today. Every rapper got their white cup. They talking about Xannies. And so I understand that it is you know, a tough situation, homie, but you gotta be a leader. You gotta know right from wrong, like we all do, homie. And you gotta really use that, homie. You know what I'm saying? Even if you outnumbered and shit like that, somebody trying to pressure you into doing something, man, say no. You know what I'm saying? So, because when you go to jail, it's only gonna be you. So you gotta make choices for yourself. When you go to that grave, it's only gonna be you. Ain't nobody coming with you, homie. So don't let these niggas take you where they going. You know what I'm saying? Which is nowhere fast, homie. Nowhere fast. And everybody who come from hoods or gang-related territories, they all can relate to what I'm finna say. I have so many big homies end up getting on drugs and shit like that, and now they just now dying. Some of them clean, not even touching drugs anymore, and they dying later from what the effects has done to their hearts and things like that, man. Don't think that you're gonna get away with it, homie. Just because you see somebody else might be fucking up doing drugs and they doing fine, homie. Everything ain't for everybody, but my point is that shit catches up to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It catches up to everybody, and like I said, everything ain't for everybody, homie. So don't think you gotta try some shit because your homie's trying it, or this nigga that's balling and he's still clean, he trying it, because that'd be a lot of reasons why people try shit too. They're like, man, well, he doing fine. I should still be doing all right. You know what I mean? Because this is the thing, homie. When motherfuckers be on drugs, they don't always let their clothes tell that they on drugs, homie. You know what I'm saying? That happens in the long run, and that's what tricks a lot of people. But you just gotta know, man, that they're not as sharp as they was before they started using them drugs, man, is what I'm trying to say. They're not the same people, and you know, you don't see that fast, and you're not gonna see it overnight. You know what I'm saying? This is something that just kind of slowly works in, homie. Like I said, homies and shit like that, it can be influencing, homie, when you see homies trying different shit and, you know, shit like that. I never forget one of my homies, man. One day we down in the set or whatever, and he got his white cup and shit. I'm like, man, let me see what you got in there, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he let me know he had his lean and shit. Whatever y'all want to call that shit, you know what I'm saying? Syrup, whatever. He had him some syrup. So I'm like, hey, let me see it. So I look in it, you know what I'm saying? And the shit is like it's a fruity ass looking color or whatever. So anyway, he kind of like scooted it over and shit like this. This nigga had Skittles and Jolly Ranchers and shit all in there. And you know, and this was a hot ass day. I damn near wanted to ask the homie for a sip of that shit. He had it so tricked out, you know what I mean? Like, I know this shit gotta taste halfway decent, you know what I mean? So I know how it is, man, when shit can kind of like lure you in, homie, you know what I mean? I didn't take a sip of that shit that day, but it was my homie, my real homie. I love this nigga to death, homie, and he fucked with that shit, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. You know, everything ain't for everybody, homie. You know what I'm saying? Just because my homie was doing that shit and I really admired him, my little homie, you know what I'm saying, was doing that shit, don't mean I gotta try it. You know what I mean? And it don't mean y'all gotta try it because you see niggas in rap videos with white cups and all that shit. Y'all don't even know what's in them cups. Niggas is probably drinking straight water. You know what I'm saying? And be careful, homie. Motherfuckers will trick you and lure you into some shit, homie, and you can't even get up out of it as easy as you think you can, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because with certain drugs, homie, niggas can think that they gonna quit on their own, but a lot of these drugs, homie, it takes professional help, and a lot of us can't afford that. So you know what I mean? They be hooked for life, homie. Whether it be jumping in and out of doing drugs, or just fuck it, just constantly doing drugs because they can't stop. You know what I'm saying? They don't got the money for the professional help. So watch what you get yourself into, homie. You know what I mean? It's easier to get into some shit than it is to get out of it, homie. Now I'm gonna talk about mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a lot of people that I know I grew up with, you know, eventually they ended up with mental illnesses, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of that came from drugs, you know what I'm saying? I done seen homies smoke. I seen a little homie, man, when he first got put on. I never forget, he first got put on and shit. Then somehow the little homie was clean, little nigga, you know what I'm saying? Ready to get down, you know, ready to use his hands and shit, not worried about a pistol all the time. Nigga ready to get down with any and everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, and somehow the homies talked him into hitting some water and shit, but I never forget. I think I caught him like the next day after he hit that water, homie. And from that day on, the homie never came back. You know what I'm saying? You take some of these drugs to take you somewhere, homie, and you will never come back. You know what I'm saying? He just was never the same ever since from that one time of smoking water. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta be careful out there. We had a lot of big homies smoke water. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. Niggas who live in sets and shit like that. We done had the big homies smoke water and all that old bullshit, and it led to something different. You know what I mean? Niggas done slipped into heroin, and I'm like, God damn, I never even thought niggas would fuck with shit like that. But we got big homies that done slipped into that type of shit because one drug led to another. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta be careful. Them things give you so many types of mental illnesses. It's really fucked up, homie. Like I said, I know a lot of people who took some shit and they never came back, homie. Never fucking came back, homie. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to say some names. I am gonna say one name because he himself, you know, uses himself as an example. My nigga's doing really good, homie. He kind of slipped off. Talented ass producer, homie, out of San Diego. My nigga Ajamu. What's up, boy? AJ, that's my nigga. We went to school together and shit. But he went through some hard times, you know, because drugs kind of took over his life for a quick second. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I'm mentioning his name is because he publicly is kind of letting us see his journey. You know what I mean? The homie is clean, just enrolled in school. You know what I mean? He's back in the studio. Homie, I'm very proud of you, homie. On the real, that's from the heart. I love you, AJ. Keep it up, Ajamu. But he's one of them fortunate ones, homie. And everybody don't come back from it. Like I'm saying, everybody don't come back from using certain drugs, homie. Like, even with marijuana, homie, I'm not knocking weed, but like I said before, it's the reason why I said I'm not finna get on camera, start smoking weed, and then start talking to people. I'm just not finna do that. You know what I mean? If you need to see a nigga do that, you go to somebody else's channel or go watch a rap video or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And my reason for that is I'm trying to give out the best information I can, and I don't want to cloud it with no bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I said, we all done had uncles, you know what I mean, trying to talk some shit to you while he holding his drink or his weed or whatever, telling you, you better do this and do that. And you're looking at him like, motherfucker, you out here doing the same thing I'm doing. Why should I listen to you? So I don't necessarily want to be on here trying to blow some weed and all that type of shit, trying to tell people don't do drugs, you know what I mean? And here I am, you know what I'm saying? So that's my whole point in never doing that, because I watch what the fuck I'm saying and shit to people, and I mean what I say, and I'm trying to really get a message out there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to promote that. My messages are for a lot of young people, a lot of people who don't know this information. You know, it's a lot of grown people who already do, but I'm for the younger crowd, I'm for the young adults, I'm for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to do that type of shit, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these kids ain't never fucked with that. You know, and I don't want them to say, oh man, he's positive, I can smoke some weed and be fine too. Nah, man, people get mixed messages from the shit that we do. You know what I'm saying? It's not about what we say, it's what we show people. You know what I mean? So, and I wouldn't advise putting no young kid on weed, even though we think it's harmless and all this and that and the other. Because the fact of the matter is, the shit that's coming out today is so strong, it's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? This shit is strong than a motherfucker. I thank God that I didn't smoke weed in high school. I knew people who smoked weed in high school, and they got through it. But I don't know how they got through it, you know what I'm saying? Because I just know I'd have dropped the ball. I mean, I'm just like, damn, these young people are smoking that. You know what I mean? So y'all be careful with that shit, man. You know what I mean? Just go with your natural high, man. Before everybody tried everything, we had a natural high, homie. Believe that. Believe that. Just think about it. It's kind of hard to remember and think back, but we all was on a natural high before we picked up some weed or a blunt or a drink or whatever. You know what I mean? We used to enjoy life by just turning on the music. And man, think about your junior high school days and high school days. Those of y'all who wasn't smoking in high school and junior high, think about them days. So, I mean, we was on a natural high, homie. And once you start getting high and start taking these drugs or whatever, and then you want to quit, it makes it harder to quit because you have to find that natural high again, and it's not easy to do. You know what I mean? But life can be your natural high, homie. Life is beautiful, homie. If y'all are in a situation where you live in hoods where they not so pretty or whatever, you know you can get up and go somewhere, homie. In every city, it's a nice area, it's a park, it's something you can go see to take your mind off of some of this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of us are kind of trapped in our situations, homie, because you're not coming up out of the atmosphere. You know what I mean? You wake up, you go down the street, they smoking, so it's time to smoke. You know what I mean? Shit, wake up and go past them people one day. Get on the bus and just go see a beach, a park, or downtown. Man, life is beautiful, homie. Get out here and go feed the birds one day. See how it makes you feel, homie. You know what I mean? Taking care of a life. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But that's to everybody out there, man. Be careful of what you're doing, man, with these drugs and shit, because eventually it catches up to you, homie. We all know some people who done died, you know what I mean, this past few years, homie. Young people, you know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10 it's because of these drugs and shit like that, you know what I mean? This new fentanyl thing is getting out of hand, and y'all better be careful, homie, because that shit is just ridiculous. And I love y'all, man, so keep it clean out there, man. Try to leave that shit alone, homie. You know what I'm saying? Do the best you can, leave that shit alone, homie, and try to find your natural high again, you know what I mean? Because it's in you. You'll figure it out, homie. You know what I mean? Figure out what you like to do and do it, homie, to take your mind off of that bullshit. You know what I mean? So be careful out there, man. Don't get into no shit that you can't just jump right out of, because I'm telling you, it's hard to get out of shit once you in it, man. I love y'all. Be safe, man. Make sure y'all check me out this Friday. Max Stories and Lessons with EK. Everybody who's been sticking those out with me, man, thank you so much. We're working on vlog number 4 on that one. And thank you, man. And please excuse the language in that vlog. Again, I'm going to say that time and time again, homie. It's just a certain dialogue I have to use on certain subjects and to certain audience. But I love all y'all. Be safe, man, and keep it clean, man. Swing for the fence. Love you.